Hello, this is Valerie Aiello, and you're listening to Idea Diary. Thanks for coming back to my office and hanging out. Today, I wanted to talk about the fisherman businessman story. I came across this, watching a video, someone was talking about this, and it is this story about a fisherman in Mexico that lives in a small coastal town. He sleeps late, he hangs out with his family, he goes fishing, he makes just enough money to, live, and he feeds his family off the fish, obviously. And at night, he goes to the bars and he plays guitar with his friends. And then he does that every day, just kind of hanging out with his family, easy life. Things are totally, all of his needs are met. And a businessman comes to the city to take a break, and he meets the fisherman, and the fisherman takes him out on the boat fishing. Businessman pays him. While the fisherman is just basically doing his thing and helping out this businessman to enjoy Mexico. The businessman is just like having so much fun, and he loves fishing with the fisherman, and he's trying to tell the fisherman how to make a business, and he's going to make millions of dollars in, 10 to 15 years, and he's got to do this, and he knows how to make this just average fisherman extremely successful because that's what the businessman does all day long. And then, ultimately, the fisherman's listening to the businessman, and he says, "Okay, well, what do I do after I've made my millions of dollars?" Then the businessman says, "Well, after you've made all the money, then you can live in your coastal town and you can sleep in all day and you can spend time with your family and you can go to the bar at night and you can play guitar." And basically like described, his life that he is living now. So the businessman, just a different type of person, just couldn't figure out why this guy just wanted to live his life how he was living it. He didn't have any aspirations to go and do all this work to make millions of dollars so that he could eventually relax when he could just relax. He was already relaxed. He already had everything he needed. It's not like fishing ever goes away. So he's always going to have food. He just kinda had everything figured out. Life was already simple and easy, and there's no reason for him to have any aspirations. So, I think a lot of people gravitate to this story in the business world, in the hustle culture world, because, you do have to step back and say, "Why am I doing all this stuff to eventually one day relax? Why can't I figure out how to relax now?" A lot of people, they wanna retire early. They wanna plan out every element of their life so that they can retire early, so that they can do whatever they wanna do. But I would say you can just do whatever you wanna do now, you just gotta figure it out. Not to say there's anything wrong with deciding to work at a company and make as much money as possible for 10, 15, 20 years so that you can just relax without any stress. It is hard to be creative when you're totally broke and living off ramen and couch surfing. But as I've lived my life, both being broke and taking chances and trying to do things and having enough money just to feel relaxed and just kind of do whatever I want, I would say it seems impossible, but you can have it all. Life can shift and mountains can move and things can happen. You make a plan, you figure out what's right for you. So if you're like a super businessman, you want to be busy all the time, you want to be traveling, you want to be going to conferences and speaking and having like 80% of your life traveling, you can have that. If you want to be sleeping till noon every day, to have like a 3-hour job to pay for your dinner and drinks at night, great. Like there is something for you. There is something for everybody. So look up the businessman fisherman story on YouTube. There's like a lot of people that talk about this, and maybe do it in a more eloquent, memorable, easier to listen to, and easier to easier to interpret for yourself how you want to use that parable story for your own thinking and planning for your life. I thought it was pretty cool. One of the things that I got really great at in 2023 was meditating for an hour. That was one of my goals. I went to the Joe Dispenza conference. I learned how to meditate for a very long time. Not perfectly, but I kind of realized like, okay, I can meditate for 4 hours straight in a room without moving in like a space this big, then I can meditate at home in all my comfort, everything that I love, set up all around me. But yeah, I got really good with imagination and meditating for a full hour every day. Not that I was expecting results from it, but I can say, like, even though things felt like they were shifting, or I definitely was feeling like I was getting ideas that I probably never would have had without meditating, it was feeling slow. So I'm keeping it going. I'm kind of taking a break in January from meditating every day because sometimes you do, at least I get into a way like I can be really good with keeping a schedule and doing things that maybe don't come naturally and staying on target and getting it done. But I do need like a break, kind of like having a cheat day. So I'm having like a cheat month with the meditating thing so that when February 1st rolls around, then I can refresh my meditating excitement and get back into it. But while I am not meditating, I'm spending about 30 minutes writing down everything that I want. It's not really like a brainstorming session where I'm like, what do I want? What can I think of today? It's like a piece of paper of things that I've already decided, like, this is how I want things to be. This is what I really want. Things for me, things for my husband. And it takes about 15, 20 minutes to like rewrite the whole sheet of paper every day. Because when I did that, I can't remember what year. It was like 20, maybe it was like 2021. When I did that for about 4 months, 4 or 6 months, however long it was, but every day I was rewriting this sheet of paper with all my goals. Just one sheet of paper. It seems like a lot, but once you get into it, just maybe it's 10 sentences that you write over and over again. Whatever it is for you. I took every like aspect of life that I wanted something to shift to a new higher frequency of results, or something that I want to keep that I was really grateful for, that I loved, that I want to just appreciate. Everything was on that sheet of paper. When I did that for about 4 to 6 months, I can't remember exactly, I had like a big, huge like windfall of like everything was happening and coming my way. And I got to live in a new house and live in a new car and I made like the most money I've ever made. It all just like fell into my lap, I guess. And I kind of stopped doing that writing, that sheet of paper, that constant daily using my hand, using a piece of paper, using different colored pens because that's fun for me or my brain for some reason. But I kinda stopped that, and I realized I did stop that, and I'm bringing it back for January. So maybe all year long, using that piece of paper and writing all my goals and creating my own fisherman happiness life. And, yeah, just wanted to share that with you today in case that is helpful to anyone out there listening, hopefully. Anyways, I will see you later, and thanks for hanging out.